Hello and welcome to another episode of WVU Energy Express on West Virginia Public Broadcasting and YouTube. I'm your host, Zach Harold. One thing about summer is some days we get to spend all day out in the sun having lots of outdoor adventures, and sometimes it rains and we have to stay inside. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun. One of my favorite things to do on a rainy day is to curl up on the couch with a good book. So that's how we're going to start today's episode. Our very own Dean of Extension and Engagement, Jorge Atiles, is standing by for a very special read aloud. Let's go check it out.
Hello and hola. I am Jorge Atiles and I'm the Dean of Extension and Engagement at West Virginia University. And today I have the precious opportunity to read a book for you. And I'm gonna do it in both Spanish and English. And the book is called The Enormous Turnip. In Spanish it will be El Nabo Enorme. And it's a book that was written by Bridie McBeath and illustrated by Joe Sinclair. So let's get started. During spring, Mr. Farmer planted turnip seeds. Soon, turnips began to grow. Durante la primavera, el señor agricultor plantó semillas de nabo y esas semillas empezaron a crecer, como pueden ver acá. You can see it right here, how the turnips were planted and they began to grow. That's a kind of like a very cute scarecrow, right? Even though it's not scaring the bird at all because the bird is just sitting there. La verdad es que el espantapájaros no asusta, porque está ahí mismo el pájaro sentado. Mr. Farmer went to check his turnips. He saw that one turnip was bigger than the rest. You can see it right there. El señor agricultor fue a mirar a sus nabos y vio que uno de los nabos era mucho más grande que el resto, como puede ver aquí. Mrs. Farmer went to see the big turnip. Now the turnip was as tall as the scarecrow. La esposa del señor agricultor, la señora agricultora, fue a ver la plantación de nabo y vio qué grande era el nabo y vio que era tan grande, tan alto como el espantapájaros, como puede ver acá. El señor agricultor agarró el nabo con una soga. Mr. Farmer tied a rope around the enormous turnip. He pulled and pulled, but the enormous turnip did not move. Él aló y aló la soga, pero el nabo gigantesco no se movió. I will help you, said Mrs. Farmer. Yo te voy a ayudar, dijo la señora agricultora. They pulled and pulled, but the enormous turnip did not move. Ellos alaron y alaron, pero el nabo gigantesco no se movía. It seems like it's very difficult to move that turnip. Los agricultores necesitaban más ayuda. The farmers needed more help. So the animals pulled too. Los animales también alaron. But the enormous turnip did not move. Aún así, el nabo gigantesco no se movió. Y aquí pueden ver cómo están todos alineados, alando, para poder sacar el nabo. You can see it, all of them there, lined up to try to get the turnip up and move, but it did not. A mouse came to help. The mouse gave the rope a big tug, and the enormous turnip popped out of the ground. Un ratón vino a ayudar. Y el ratón aló la soga fuertemente, y entonces el nabo gigantesco salió del suelo. Then Mrs. Farmer made turnip soup and she made turnip pie too. Entonces la señora agricultora hizo sopa de nabo y también hizo un delicioso pie de nabo. She even made turnip ice cream. What a good meal they had. Ella también hizo helado de nabo y tuvieron una tremenda comida. Muy buena. You can see them all sitting here, enjoying the different dishes that were made with turnip. Todos estaban sentados alrededor de la mesa, disfrutando de varias recetas hechas con nabo. What will we plant next year? Asked Mr. Farmer. What about watermelon? Said Mrs. Farmer. Entonces, el señor agricultor pensó, ¿qué voy a plantar el año que viene? Preguntó, ¿qué tal si plantamos sandías? Dijo la señora agricultora. Now that we have finished reading this book, I want to encourage you to continue to read. Reading is fun, it's fascinating. It teaches you so much. It teaches you, like today, about teamwork. Also about great food and all the things that you can do to really enjoy a meal made with turnips. It will be amazing if you can continue to see all of this programming that we offer you through our Energy Express program and public broadcasting in West Virginia. Ahora que hemos acabado de leer este libro, estamos muy contentos de poder traer este programa a sus casas a través de la colaboración con Energy Express, un programa de extensión, y también con Public Broadcasting Television, aquí en West Virginia. Sigan leyendo, sigan aprendiendo, sigan disfrutando de este programa y espero verles pronto otra vez. Que tengan un buen verano. Ha sido un placer estar con ustedes hoy. A pleasure to be with you today. Goodbye.
Now, rainy days don't necessarily mean you have to stay at home. Your public library has all kinds of fun stuff, from activities and books, movies, sometimes board games. We headed to the Morgantown Public Library, where we ran into our friend Rory. She's a regular there, so we asked her to give us a tour. Let's check it out.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I was gonna go to the library. You wanna come with? All right, let's go. Hey, Rory. Hi, Miss Sarah. I was outside the library and I ran into some of my friends. They've never been to somewhere like this before. Can you tell us a little bit about what the library has to offer?
Sure. Hello, friends. Welcome to the library. So we're at the Morgantown Public Library, and my name is Sarah Palfrey. I'm the director of the library system. We have all kinds of great things for kids of all ages and adults, really, to do at the library. First and foremost, books, right? We've got lots of books to check out. We have DVDs. We have board games and activity kits, but then even beyond the books, we have lots of fun things to do. You've been to some of our fun things before too, right? Programs, activities, all of that kind of stuff.
What are some of the activities you have here?
Well, we're heading into the summer, which is our busiest time of the year. So we have all kinds of fun things. We've got book clubs set up, we have rock painting, we have some more craft activities like that. I think we're making friendship bracelets this summer. Plus we have some kits you can pick up each week to take home with you to do things too.
That sounds awesome.
Rory, what's your favorite thing to do at the library?
Oh, I really like to check out books and do all the activities here that you guys have to offer. I'm really into graphic novels and stuff like that.
Perfect. We have a lot of graphic novels to choose from in the library.
As a 4-H'er, are there anything that 4-H'ers can do at the library?
We love to partner with 4-H, and a lot of our programs will really feel very familiar to 4-H'ers because we focus on working together and learning some things and also, of course, having a lot of fun.
I was thinking about picking up a book or two before I head out. I've checked out many books in my day, but for the viewers at home, they might never have checked out books. Can you please show us how to do it?
Sure. The first thing that we need in order to check books out is a library card, right? So if you are under the age of 16, we need a parent or guardian to come in with you to fill out the form, sign, and we'll get you all set up. It just takes a minute. And then the very first time you take your card home with you, you can check out 5 items at the Morgantown Library. And then after that, you can check out up to 99 at a time.
Really? 99? You mean that I can take so many books home?
You can take a whole arm's length of manga at a time.
That's amazing. Do you all want to help me go find a book? Let's go. One of the Energy Express books is the one and only Ivan, so I really want to read that one. So let's try to find it. Oh, okay. C-F-A-P-P. All right, let's go try to find it. Well, I know that my book is fiction, so I don't think it will be in the nonfiction section, so I think it will be this way. Maybe in here? Yep, it's the one. Hi.
Hello. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Let's go. Well, I got my book. Thank you for showing me and the friends at home what the library has to offer.
Of course. And for everyone at home, we hope to see you in the library soon. To find out more about what we offer at the Morgantown Library, you can visit our website at www.mympls.org. Wherever you are, there's 171 libraries in West Virginia. We hope you have a great summer. And you have a great summer too, Rory.
And you have a great summer too, Miss Sarah. Thanks for tagging along today. I gotta get home. I gotta do some reading. See ya.
Now, we've spent enough time indoors today. Do you remember our friends Mike and Bruce? Do you want to go see what they're into? All right, let's go.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Bruce. I'm sure glad you're here.
What are you doing? You know, we've got this camping trip coming up, and we haven't done any planning yet. We need to get that thing planned out, don't we?
Well, that's actually what I'm sitting here doing, but so far the only planning I've done is made sure I had my marshmallows and stuff for s'mores.
Well, as good as that is, we also need to have the rest of the plan, right? Because after all, planning is the first step in no trace ethics, right?
It is, and it's really important. It makes or breaks a trip, and we want it to be safe for the kids too. So I was thinking about taking Trail 508 and Dolly Sods on Rural Plains because there's some really good overlooks here. So we can park one vehicle here at the mouth of Roarball and take this hike. And once we get to this brim of the canyon, there's some really cool overlooks here. As a matter of fact, you can look across the canyon and see Lion's Head from this point. And then on out the way until we meet up with Fisher Spring Run. And then we'll take Trail 510, Fisher Spring Run, which is a little steep. And there's some switchbacks, and we cross the creek. So once we reach Red Creek, we'll be able to take Red Creek Trail. Here in this area, there are fire rings right next to water. So we should be able to set up camp here based on what the literature says. And we can build that fire, roast those marshmallows, and once it's time for us to extinguish our fire, we can take water from Red Creek to do it. And then on our second day after we break camp, we'll hike on down Red Creek until we meet the junction of Forest Road 19, and we'll have staged one of the vehicles here to provide us transportation back up Forest Road 19 to the mouth of the trail.
So let's see, let me just remember here, we're doing a weekend, so we have just 1 night, 2 days, 1 night, correct?
That's right. And we also know that with the packs on kids, something like this, we can do about a half a mile an hour. So that's kind of important too. And when I flip the map over from Dolly Sods, and this comes from the Army Corps of Engineers, so good stuff. To take a look at what I found. There's unexploded ordnance on Dolly Sods too.
Yeah, ordnance, so those are explosives.
In World War II, they blowed Dolly Sods to pieces practicing for World War II. And now they've cleared the trails and they've gone through everything and made sure it's safe for all of us. But we have to make sure to stay on the trails and only use the fire rings that have been used. It is a safe area. We have to be aware of that. And I think anywhere we would go, we would have to make sure we understood the location of what might be in our path.
Right.
That's part of planning.
Another part of planning is making sure we have provisions for food and water. We're going to pack our food in, but how about water?
Well, I think on this particular trip, if this is the circuit we want to use, there's several opportunities for us to take water on, but I don't think we should be carrying all of our water for the entire trip.
Yeah, we're going to be going by some creeks that we can take. We'll have our filters.
Yes, we definitely need to pack filters.
And we can filter our own water, pull out all these creeks, and save a lot of weight in our packs that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, that half mile an hour may turn into 1/3 mile an hour. Nobody wants to carry up that weight.
It'll be dark before we get to the campsite.
Yeah, that could also be bad. Yeah, we need to make sure to pack our lights. Now, let's see. We're planning this trip for here in October, and I was checking the weather, and right now in Dolly Sods, nighttime temperatures are around the 40s. So we're definitely going to need to make sure we pack tents, and we're going to need to make sure we pack sleeping bags that are rated for that.
Cold weather sleeping bags, yeah.
And make sure the kids have several layers of clothes.
Right.
There are some fire rings here that have already been used, and there's water nearby where we can extinguish our fires. So I think this would be a really good place for us to cook food over a fire.
Right. All right, Mike, I like our plan. I think that'll be a really good hike. Have some good views. Should have a lot of fun down in there around the creek. So let's plan the other things we need to take to make sure that everybody's prepared. So I've got this GPS unit that's kind of nice, kind of tells you where you are on a trail. What do you think about that? Do you think we should take that?
I love that, and I think that's a great backup, but there's things now, Bruce, that are even beyond that. I now have an app on my phone.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, seriously. And it shows us exactly where we are at any given time. I just have to download the map in case we run out of service somewhere along the way. I'll take this.
Okay.
You take that. And I know we don't want to add a lot of weight to our pack, but let's go ahead and bring some old technology just in case the batteries go dead.
A compass, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, always good things to have. All right, so other things we need to take, since this is a backpacking trip and we don't have access to cold storage, we need to take some dehydrated food and some snacks that we can eat on the trail overnight. And then we'll need maybe some water to start with until we get to that first creek, right?
So I agree, and what we found is that when a pack exceeds 30 pounds, it just isn't fun anymore.
Right.
That 30 pounds after the course of a few hours starts to feel more like 130 pounds.
And then we'll need to make sure somebody has a striker or a lighter to light our little stove to heat up some water for that dehydrated food, or if we're going to decide to build a fire.
Wood smoke's great on marshmallows, but not so much on my cookware. I'll pack a gas stove.
Good thinking. This one here, I don't know if you have one or not, but these are pretty handy little gas stoves we can use just to heat up water for the dehydrated food. And of course, we need everybody needs a good sleeping bag. We talked about that already. It needs to be a good cold weather sleeping bag. We need a good lightweight tent, not a 16-person tent, but a backpacker tent preferably, or a small one, right?
Yes.
And then maybe a sleeping pad, something like this. This is really lightweight, easy to add to the pack, but can add some comfort to this accordion-type foam pad, right?
It also provides a little bit of insulation against you and the ground.
Well, Mike, in addition to all the things we've talked about, of course, we need personal items. I mean, that would include, a spoon, something to eat with, or a fork. It would include toothbrush, right? Probably toilet paper, maybe a lightweight shovel or spade or something to dig a hole for the toilet issue, right?
Yeah.
And then what else? Clothes. We need to make sure we have plenty of clothes. Always like to have a change of socks because there's nothing worse than walking around in wet feet, right?
I agree. And then if you think about Crocs or maybe some other type of sandal for the camp, it gives your shoes a rest too.
Yeah.
So I do like to pack a pair of lightweight Crocs, something that I have a strap around the back that I can wear at camp to let my feet rest.
Or for a creek crossing.
Well, absolutely. Which we've got.
Yeah. And then I guess maybe the last thing I can think of that we got to make sure we have is a first aid kit.
Absolutely.
So when I was
prepared to use it.
That's right.
I'll pack that.
Okay, very good. The first step of no trace ethics, and that's plan ahead and prepare. We've got our trip planned. What's next?
Well, step 2 of no trace ethics is to make sure that we're hiking on durable surfaces and camping on durable surfaces. So perhaps we ought to head up State Hollow here at Jackson's Mill. Let's take a look at what that looks like and set up a tent.
Sounds good. So make sure you tune in next time when we talk about the next step of no trace ethics, which is to minimize the impact of where we camp and where we hike. Come on, Mike, let's go.
I've got some things to pack up, Bruce. I'm right behind you.
Oh, I'm getting hungry. I think it's it's snack time. Let's head into the kitchen and see what they're whipping up.
Hi, I'm Molly with West Virginia University Extension Family Nutrition Program, and today we're making a broccoli, ham, and cheese quesadilla. I've washed my hands and our cooking surface, so I'm ready to get started. For this recipe, we need 1.5 cups of a shredded cheese. We've got mozzarella here, but you could use whatever you have on hand. We also have 1.5 cups of steamed broccoli, and I've diced it up pretty small in bite-sized pieces. A tablespoon of oil or butter, about 1/4 cup of diced lean ham, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and salt and pepper to taste. So to get this recipe started, we're going to turn on our skillet. Melt your butter or your oil in the skillet until it's nice and hot. To assemble our quesadillas, you're going to lay down one of your whole wheat tortillas, add half the cheese, because our cheese acts as a glue. Spread that around. Add our broccoli, the ham, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Add the other half of the cheese, and then we're going to put the top on. Squish it down some with our spatula. Ready? That cooked up so quick, and I can't wait to see how cheesy and delicious the inside of this is. This would be a great weeknight dinner. Cooks up so fast, and you could customize it. If you don't have broccoli, you could use cauliflower, you could add carrots, different kinds of cheeses, different proteins. I hope you head on over to YouTube or to our webpage to find the complete recipe. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.
We had a really busy day today, both indoors and outdoors. I think now I'm going to go relax, maybe read a little bit of my favorite book. Join us again for WVU Energy Express. I'll see you then.